Ordinarily, with our videos, we look at really famous sites, really famous archaeological sites, or really famous churches or cathedrals. This video, we're actually going to be exploring a lesser known church, but still amazingly interesting. It's the Wooden Church in Habo in Sweden. It's often referred to it as the Wooden Cathedral of the countryside. It's about 3.5 to 4 hours southwest of the capital city, Stockholm, but it's this beautiful little country town, Habo, and it has this church that is, well, it's a wooden church, which you may think in Europe would be a little bit unusual, but as we'll see, um, not that uncommon in the country and rural, poorer parts of Sweden, built sort of in the 16 and 1700s. It's located in this town, Habo, and it is off in the countryside, but it is this wonderful image of the religious history and cultural heritage within Sweden. Habo Church is a Lutheran church and belongs to the Church of Sweden, a denomination that has its roots in the Protestant Reformation. It is significant not just as a place of worship, but as a historical and artistic treasure that tells the story of faith through its extraordinary craftsmanship. The church we see today was originally built in 1680. However, what we see today is probably more resembling of the 1723 work. It's a very interesting church because there were um, wooden churches within the area or within the country areas of Sweden. But what makes this one particularly stunning is that it is built in a Gothic like cathedral style. It has high ceilings and twirling wooden pillars and a grand sense of space entirely out of wood. It is a beautiful building. Building churches out of wood was common in Sweden, especially in rural areas, because stone was more expensive and harder to transport. But this also gives the church a level of warmth and, dare I say, an organic beauty that is deeply tied to Sweden's natural landscape and cultural identity. One of the most striking features of Habo Church is the interior artwork. Unlike many other wooden churches that remain simple in design, Habo Church is covered in vibrant hand-painted biblical scenes from the floor all the way to the ceiling. The walls and ceilings are decorated with interpretations of biblical stories, but also the catechism that Luther created and Baroque religious artwork. The paintings created by Johann Kinners and Johann Christian Patterson serve as a visual teaching tool illustrating the Apostles' Creed and the Ten Commandments and other scenes from the life of Christ. At a time when many churchgoers were illiterate, these artworks provided a way for people to understand the stories in the Bible. Aside from its breathtaking artwork and wooden construction, the church has several other fascinating features. Its pulpit, built in the 18th century, is an elegant and elaborate structure that adds to the grandeur of the interior. As well as this, there's also the holy table where communion is conducted. It becomes a focal point for the church. Habo Church is not just a historical monument, it is still an active place of worship. It represents the enduring legacy of faith, craftsmanship, and community that has been passed down throughout the centuries. It reminds us of the beauty of simplicity, the power of storytelling through art, and how even the humblest materials, that of wood, can be used to create something truly magnificent for the kingdom of God. Let me encourage you to make the trip out into the country to be able to see a building that gives testimony to, I guess, the faith of that local community, the storytelling through the artwork, and the craftsmanship to be able to build a wooden cathedral. Thanks for watching, and if you liked that video, please press the like button. It really does help our channel. Also, please press the subscribe button, because then you get to be kept up to date with all of the new content that comes up onto Dr. Campbell's YouTube channel. Secondly, if you would like more of this kind of content, Dr. Campbell has a bunch of these sorts of books that it's available on Amazon. So looking at this book, this is Synagogue's Heritage, looking at the Tabernacle, Temple, Synagogue, and all the way leading into the church, and also Ecclesia, the Long Journey to Tomorrow. These are books looking at church history. There's also other books, smaller books that are things like Ancient Ephesus and Early Christianity. She has a bunch of these books that you can find on Amazon, so let me encourage you to go over and check out some of her books as well. But thanks for watching the video.